outer slots, but that's not true. So that would be false if the above one is true. Would that mean that this will be true? Which will mean that's not true. So it means this is false, so it's either you or you. Okay, I'm a dumbass. But that's what it says. No, but I do have a new story. Like, I do have a different story a bit. If you haven't watched the last video, you should have known that at this point, I promise you a story. I will get to that in the video. But you know that we finally made progress to what I think is the power box ending, considered the last ending in the game. But we're like left with a blue door. And, you know, my assumption is that you have to be the blueprint, and then when you get the blueprint, you get a way to unlock the door and that sort of stuff. So probably ascending the throne room comes in front of the power box ending, and if the power box ending is the last one, then we're gonna do the power box ending, because I've been here now anyway. But there's also a lot of other stuff that I still have to do, like, you know, the serial puzzle, the treasure trove, you know, and trying to figure out what the trove or the treasure of the trove is. I still want to shelter the lavatory once, because what's the point of sheltering the lavatory? Besides, I guess, gaining items. And that sort of stuff. And I was checking the sigil of Aries and Aries against the one post stamp that I had of, like, you know, when you start the day thing, to see if that was true. But I don't think that's true, because if I'm correct, Aries and Aries primarily traverses on trains, and the color was black, I think. Like, I think the color was black. Yeah, the color was black. And that sort of stuff. So that's not true. So that means it's one of the other ones. But I think it's for Van Aries, because if I now look at the passport one, and the one dedicated in the thing, it makes sense. Road streets and carriages. That one wouldn't make sense, because there's an aversion for 5-way road. But if it's green, that would mean that this post stamp here is from Aries or Van Aries, I guess. But also a thing that I still want to do is, you know, is like, I think Blessing of the Monk on like some rooms. Because I was thinking about certain rooms, and one room that came to mind was the secret door. Like, I know like a lot of rooms aren't like worth blessing the monk or doing Blessing of the Monk. But, you know, like a planetarium, it might be nice so that you have a planetarium in the outer house and that sort of stuff. You know, the end chamber might be funny, and that sort of stuff. But the secret passage. What's the point of like secret passage? Yeah, free door, but you can't really draw, you know. You can't really draw thing. And if you don't know what this is, by the way, then, well, this is Blueprints. This is my playthrough of Blueprints, my mostly blind playthrough, as you see, and the journey through it. So, and that sort of stuff. And this is episode 30. Yeah, 30 episodes. I think this was episode 30, I don't know. You know, I could double check. That sort of stuff. So welcome back to a new Blueprints episode, before I forget. Yeah, this is episode 30. Yeah, each time we find some trash while digging, a letter will be delivered to the mailroom. Because I need to that one to find out which sigil does which thing belong to. So, but yeah, that sort of stuff. So, you know, the secret passage might be funny. And the treasure trove, for example, the treasure trove is find out that like to get the trove of the treasure or the treasure of the trove, you need to do that. And that sort of stuff. The 30 episodes. I didn't know it would be that long. But I'm making progress, I'm getting there. So, yeah. Do I do non-contact delivery already here? But the treasure trove might also be the way to, like, gain the blue tent. And such stuff. But yeah, the story that I promised you last week, as in I was gonna tell about my Vtuber life and that sort of stuff. Well, I hate to bring it to you. That didn't happen. Because the one that, you know, is my coach and does like one-on-one conversations and help you understand me, who I am, a bit of like, you know, mostly in the fact of like, how you're thinking like left to right and that sort of stuff. This is the boat, this is the key, this is Apple Works, so delicious today. Was like pretty busy because she was on holiday and she had to like, you know, catch up, so we didn't really talk about that. Shovel? No, sledgehammer. And that sort of stuff, but we made an appointment, like we made a deal with each other that like tomorrow I will tell it. So tomorrow you will get that. I hate to bring it, but like I thought generally that like last week would have been the chance for me, you know, to talk about it, but I guess not. I guess not. Thing. I do have another story that I wanna... How do I get a lockpick? Oh yeah, wait. The moon pendant. I forgot the moon pendant. I kept the moon pendant and the lockpick. That's nice. I've also been thinking like there's blue sea travel. Oh, this is Mora J. Oh. SKR6789. This is Mora J. Very short. Huh. And this is Aries. That's blue. And this is Orinda Aries, right? No, Van Aries. But I thought Van Aries was green. Huh. But yeah, and that sort of stuff. So that will become next week. I promise that, okay? You know, as a Preggo gendered or a pregnant girl gendered and that sort of stuff, I do have some, you know, I do have some like things to look up to. But I do have a red room. I forgot I have red room things. As such, I should go back and try to see if I can draw any other red rooms. In the outer slots, but that's not true. So that would be false if the above one is true. Would that mean that this will be true? Which will mean that's not true. So it means this is false, so it's either you or you. Okay, I'm a dumbass. But that's what it says. No, but I do have a new story. Like, I do have a different story, a bit related to gender stuff and that sort of stuff. I don't have to tell that because I was like playing Overwatch recently, and when I was playing Overwatch, I was scrolling through like the banner cards, and one of the banner cards said a gender, and you know I know I have 2 bedrooms, and this is another, and and that sort of stuff. So I was curious, like, what does agender mean? Because I do know aromantic and asexual, that that's the thing and such, but agender. So I googled it, and well, aromantic and agender indeed meant what I thought. Agender was people who technically feel genderless, so they don't really combine, you know, with one set gender, maybe. So they don't really have a gender. And I thought, okay, what will be the difference between having no gender and a gender that doesn't affirm one thing? And as I said it, you know, as I said it, the word says this already on itself. A neogender is like you don't have a gender, but it's not like affiliated with the standard English genders, as in, for example, I have a pregnant girl gender, which isn't she, her, or they, and that sort of stuff. But an agender are people who generally feel they don't have a gender, no matter what you tell them, you know? Which is totally fine, and that sort of stuff. But now comes the funny part. I tried to Google the difference, and that sort of stuff. I should have checked for a shovel now that I think about it. No shovel. And I tried to Google it, but you know what Google did? Instead of like asking, you know, hey, did you mistype this or some stuff, it corrected my neogender to pangender. And I generally felt confused because I never heard of pangender until then. But apparently, that led me down a rabbit hole. Led me down a rabbit hole where basically you can say that I learned that what for sexuality stands, you know, also works for like gender. Because apparently bigender is a thing, pangender is a thing. Oh, that's the battery. Well, if I need the power hammer. Well, I don't have security. Huh. And that sort of stuff. There's pangender, people who have many genders, bigenders, people who have 2 genders, agender when you feel genderless. And I was genuinely surprised. Like, I know about sexuality and that sort of stuff, but I never knew about this. And it made me, like, it made me feel like I discovered something completely new, which might open my world. But it made me also realize that people nowadays might be more, like, we might understand ourselves way better than we did before. But how do you live without a gender? Like, the ballroom here will be nice, but like, and that sort of stuff. I might not have 2 gems. Because how do you pronounce like somebody that doesn't have gems? Or like gems gender? Is the X in here? I want the X. I need 2 coins. Do I do this? So that I can 8 coins get the X? X something in X directory? Let me buy the X. Room directory. Which is a high gem room. That I would love to use more often. I already did the throne room. You know, the cloister, if I X this, it's a free 4-way door room, eh? So, but is that the smartest way? This is also a 4-doorway room, this is a 7-door lock thing. Extra cost of this. No, I think I go cloister. Cloister seems like a smart choice. You're 8. You're 8. Oh. But I need a security keycard for that. So yeah, like I'm genuinely surprised that like stuff like that happens. But on the other hand, I'm like surprised, but on the other hand, now that I think not. Well, this is funny because I don't have a shovel. And you now be like thinking, Elise, Elise. It's just a gender thing. You don't have to get like so excited about it. Thing. I know, but like you have to think, eh? I only learned of this because Google tried to correct my mistake. This does mean that I can go. Yeah, I can go up, but then I need a security door. Wait, well, I don't have two. I don't have 2 gems. There's so much to dig in this house, huh? And not a single goddamn shovel inside. Do I do the foyer? At least all my hallways are open. So, I should have done furnace now that I think about it. I should have done furnace. Shovel? No shovel. I think you can say standard. You're already common. You're already standard. You know, I'm gonna make this more common. Because you can make green rooms free. And then make, like, the oyster free. So, that's one thing. I could go up from D then, and it's probably not worth freezing. I don't have the burning glass, eh? No. I don't have the how do you call that thing? The metal detector. This is sad. That was like a good way for digging day, but like I have no shovel. Oh. Oh, I don't have 3 gems, but I don't have security key door. I don't have security, so this is a dead end, this is a dead end, I don't have 3 gems. Oh. That's sad. This was a perfect day for digging and might be need the attic for that, but... Can I find a keycard in here? I know you have it. Transportaiton item. Oh! Oh! Wait, it is sheltered. So doesn't mean it doesn't count? Oh, let's go. Oh, hold on. Let's go up. Let's go up. I need to go to the other one. As I said, another thing, I have been embracing my neo gender, and it's been like going steady. This is Van Aries. We know red is Van Aries. Hold on. But the Van Aries here one that I found here is green. Where did I put these things? I never... No, this is Van Aries. The 5-shaped diamond. This is red. Or green. at least we see the thing, because the question is it green? Thing. This was Arch Aries, which is blue. It's rainy, so its weather is foggy. It's Arch Aries, right? Yeah. And it's blue. Or dark blue. Foggy weather. I don't can like predict the thing. But it looks industrial. This is Mora J. This is the light blue. It's the Sea Nation transportation of like boat and that sort of stuff. But green, if Aries is Van Aries is green, then because the thing is, this comes from like the one when we received, how do you call that? The inheritance. And as I told you, Van Orinda Aries is black. That thing was black. Vera Shores, or the Vera sigil. So this is orange, looks like a desert. Transportation with the turtle. So, you know what we can do? If we can, like, thing. I was also thinking of, like, reshuffling back the armory back to, like, the Banner of the King. But I don't like the Banner of the King feels better. Oh, the treasure trove. Well, then I don't have a queen yet, so okay, wait, there's a red box with a moon. So much happens here. Here in one go. I'm already at the 10 box. Jesus. Oh, wait. The last box says a pink box. I assume this is pink then and not red. With the moon. Contain false statement. There's a green memo. There is no realm that gives the white flag. Well, I know Orinda Aries is black. Van Aries is either red or green. And such stuff, but I don't know if there's any white. So if this is true, because it's handwritten, does that also apply for like green notes? Remember how like in security you find like a note or like a paper that says like blue notes are true, red notes are false, unless handwritten? Does that count for this too? There is no realm that flies the white flag. We could like go downstairs and be like, you know, try to see which sigils are open, see if they can do them and that sort of stuff, but well, I can do any of these, so I have like 84 coins. I didn't find a single shovel, which I'm like baffled by. Oh. I'm gonna buy this. The thing is, I don't have security, so I can go up here, and this is also like blocked. Yeah. I'm still believing that the canal should give you things. How do they say that? Wait. God fucking damn it. I did have a chance to draw the vault, but I didn't have the gems for it. Also, I haven't, like as I stated, that I want to stay earlier. I've been getting used to my Preggo gender and be calling myself Preggo online at least. And of course, spotting this 20-week pregnant bump, but it's still like a bit of like getting used to, if you know what I mean. But I think I'm getting used to it. I'm gonna feel like more happy, more confident in the end. Oh yeah. How did I do this again? Remind me if I have the burning torch to get down here once again and get to here and such stuff. Remind me to do that again. Was that one that sounds up or down? Oh wait, I can go past the minecart, so I have to get down from the other side. And the boat is not up, I think. Never mind. This is not the one that brings it up or down. This is not the one that brings it up or down. This is the one that does that. I'm gonna get past this, right? No. I did get running shoes, funny. I did get running shoes. But yeah, I've been getting used to it, and as I stated, for example, one thing that I'm not sure yet how I want to do regarding my gender and that sort of stuff, is the fact of like my Preggo models, because one thing for certain, like if you don't know my channel yet, hi, welcome, I'm Preggo Elise, your pregnant Vtuber trans girl. But one thing for certain is the fact that like I have for every look that I have like a non-Preggo version and a Preggo version. So one with a belly and one without a belly, technically. And that sort of stuff. So, with that reason, I can say, like, if my gender is like pregnant girl, you know, would I still say, hey, you know, would I appear without a belly? You know what I mean? Yeah, this is black. Alright, hold on. Let me... Orinda Aries. Basically the square and bottom. This is black. The transportation that it says is Taint system, which is accurate, seeing what we found at the secret base. And a moat. What are the moats meaning? Well, no, each sigil floating between the rays are small figures called moats. From the shape itself, the moats used on the sigil, we can tell the type of society given the real proclaimed. If they consider themselves mighty in arms or blessed by Arctic and a harmonic future. And this is Metropolitan, large city state with a dense urban and populous center. Oh. Okay. So it's Metropolitan. I think, like, we can do, at least check the other ones. And that sort of stuff. Because we know way more about the sigils now. And this is Aries. Okay, wait. Colors. Where do I have the colors? I don't have a blue. I don't have a blue. I have a black, I have a red, I have a violet, I have a pink, I have a green, I have a yellow, I have an orange, and I have a white. So... Huh. That's yellow. And the other one went from white, I guess. That is... Wait, there's not something not right. This is not on the thing. Is this blue? This is red. I assume this is orange. Fully drawn in. Is that green? I think I missed a few colors. This is violet, I'm sure. No, wait. It's like different. But I think it's violet. This is black. This is white. I assume this is yellow again. This is not on it, so is this blue then? No, this is pink. Never mind. This is red. I assume this is orange. Is this fine? Is this blue then? Okay, wait, hold on. We know it's a blue, but we know that there are different blues. We know there are a navel thing, so... Okay. How do you... Not that one. Not that one. Okay, this is the line. How do I... Wait, the lines have things too? It's 8-way, right? Yeah. Okay, that's a naval capability. I don't know the one in the middle. So... But now seeing, you know... Would that be not society? Okay, I need to find out more about the society of like Aries and these. And I fucked it up again. I need to find more about those dots thing. I guess for this Aries thing. This is door number 4. That is a Raja. And I don't have a Raja for anything. I think I want to try the classrooms. For the Korisha sigil, I also don't have anything for that. At least we find out which realms are where. This is the Mora sigil. This is also blue. And we come to the conclusion that blue is not on this thing. I assume that this might be blue. Okay, what do we know about Mora J? Was the sea nation and transportation by boat. Oh wait, I'm wrong about Aries Angel. I removed it was this one. Like the thing is where I'm like thinking, is there like any difference between these two? Lines? Because I've never learned anything about these. and such stuff. So like for example, for a thing I knew that like the Aries one had these lines. So would it be supported by the mode? Okay, this is the C nation. At least. So let me get back to the other one. Like, look at the and this nation is, which nation will this be? It's not Garisha. Is this Vera? I think this is Vera. Yeah. Okay, wait. This was the desert one. The desert stamp. So camel pack mules are rate or desert trails. 2 rays indicate a flat terrain. I think it's the 2 terrain one then. Two flat lines, so I assume there shouldn't be any on these things. Straight lines. What for culture will they be? I think they will be hunters. And seeing how they are in the desert. Yeah, no, they're on the desert, so they probably have to be like tribal or, you know, that sort of stuff. I don't think they're a monastic nation and that sort of stuff. I think they're tribal. God damn it, notion. Fuck off. It's not this one, that's this one. Also not that one. There are clearly also sigils between them that are not in that book. Okay, I missed something. It is in the lines. Okay, not in those lines. There is something in the lines that I missed. Especially these lines, what I mean. And such stuff that... And there are more, like as I said, there are more, maybe I'm overlooking things, but I think I'm overlooking things. But it has to set 2 flat lines. No. Or am I wrong about... Like, that's the thing, you don't know enough yet, so you can't really say if you're right or wrong. And that's the thing, I think I need to learn more. But I thought I had enough about this. Do you know, say, hey, you know enough, or you have found enough about, like, veranda sigil. different. Right? Yeah. Okay, seeing how it was like a desert stamp and that sort of stuff. I don't think it's agriculture, because harvested and farming in the desert doesn't seem right. It's not tribal. I don't think it's poetic. It's also not industrial, also I don't think academic. No, metropolitan also not. So I think it's spiritual then. That is one. No, this agriculture. This is the military one. This is metropolitan. This is academic. This is industrial. No, okay. At least I gave it a try. At least. But this is the... Was this Van Aries? Yeah. No, this was Arch Aries. This was the dark blue one. And that sort of stuff. Foggy weather, industrial. We don't know mode of transportation. So we also know it's blue. But we know it's industrial. So if you look at like the modes again, that would be the square. But judging on the fact that it's industrial, you know, you would think it's like road street, you know. I think it will be road street at that point. But that inner thing, I think I have to learn more about that inner thing. That was this one, right? Yeah. Was this one. But now for the color again. Did I misinterpret the color? Because it was like a really dark bluish one. Was that black then? No, Aries was black. I can always try if it was black. This was black, right? Yeah. Okay, none of the colors were correct or wrong, so it's probably the mode of transportation that I have to figure out for Van Aries. But hey, we tried and we found some information, that's what counts. Furthermore, I can't do anything that much. Wait, can I do the chess puzzle? No, I don't have a queen, I don't have a leadership chamber or study. So no. Hey, we found some information, as I stated. The post stamps, I might have to look at them again. And that sort of stuff. But this Preggo can be smart, this Preggo girl. I'm not like only good for like, you know, having the big baby belly and showing that off. But also not thing, but also sadly no lavatory. I know I made that room rare. And that sort of stuff. I know. But I swear to God, my neighbors are sitting in always in the yard at 11 o'clock. Not always earlier, but thing. So, next day, day 95. I mean, I have the magnificent glass maybe, so I can try to look again later, but sleeping mats and running shoes. 2 gems. Well, I have the magnificent glass, as I said again. Do I go directly also for the outer room? Yeah, you know, why not? And I know I'm also trying to find, you know, things of like, how do you say it, clues to, to the castle cipher. But I don't know, yeah. I know that everything can be found in the house and that sort of stuff. But oh, look who decided to show up, huh? But like I know everything can be found in the house, but still. Or outside the house, I don't know. Oh, running should come in clutch. No, why not? Gives me a chance to look at them again. Would that be transport by air? No, the weather of arch areas will be the thing. But that will be really dark bluish. Almost black. The color was like the thing is the color was we know the color was not wrong. Because the railroad way. This is Van Aries, but it's red. This is Vtuber. Yeah, this is clearly blue. Mora J. But blue is not in the question. Are there any other letters in here that I can read? Oh, the secret garden key. Huh. Not at all. Not at all. What will be the thing for today then? I don't know. Is there anything that I would like for color now? I guess green. Why does this book stand out to me all of a sudden? You know what it is? Now that I think about it. Look how like the other colors are like not as white as this one. Like, see the difference between it? It's like standing out. You know what I've been thinking about? You know how with the banner of the king you can like select black and blue as colors? Why not with this book? Maybe it's like design choice. But I feel like it stands out than the other books. I don't know why, but I still don't know why this is a thing. But I should wait for digging. Now that I think about it. I should wait for digging. I should be smart. Do I need to open you two? Nah. I'm gonna also wait for the 18 at Apple. This is stupid because this spreads food to the house. And our food is spread to the house without. Now I don't really need the attic. Now that I think about it, I should have axed the attic. It's like 8 free items. It's like 8 free items to me. But watch me now, don't get the digging quest, you know? Each time you eat an apple, a letter will be delivered to the mailroom. I know where an apple was. Oh. Smart for keeping that, eh? I'm so smart for keeping that, huh? Thank you later. I do have 11 coins. I don't think it really matters that much. Showroom. I want to buy that out one day because it's an achievement, but... Dat is Draxus. Dus... I shouldn't have done of Sullen Calls. I should have done the Sullen Calls. There's 83 gems, which I could use. Five trophies I got, guys. Are you proud of me? In case I get it again, you know. This is where I got ID from. I was like looking, like at the letters that I got. Like it was like 6 at 6, you know, or C, E, X. It was like, where did I get the I? But it was from this because it has 6 letters. And see now, like 6 is 6 stories, so I don't think it will be there, but. So, but now I know. I don't want to lose these. If we want on archives, you know, why not? At least it's out of the pool then. Oh, now that I think about it, I should get back and try to get that file cabinet key. This is the door there. It's a fake door. So this must be the fake door on this side, because there's always one at each side. How funny, the foyer. The foyer. At least the rest is now open. I should try to look for the other apples. I didn't open the north side, right? No, I didn't. I didn't, Elise, I didn't. And the bedroom is a decent room here. Oh, the armory. Oh, it's a burning torch. The thing to get like, I need to get through the catacombs, and I don't have the catacombs because I don't have the boat at the other side, I think, or it's not raised enough. But I can buy it all. Don't you have like ever like too many items? I'm still making a big house for like what I have. And it was the dead end room, and this was in the gem one. The fact that it says this means that this is probably a red room. Right? Yeah, it was. I go back to the kitchen to resupply, basically. Resupply. And I'll probably just look for those apples. So that the letters get delivered and I get to see more. You know. See, I'm now back up to 70 steps even. Are gates not always open now that I think about it, since technically it's an hallway? I think they are. Let's search for those apples and that fruit that is thing. I'd have to magnify glass. If I want, I can always check in the foundation if it's true what I think of. Because I can't get past the mine part and such stuff. So that's Pokemon ever? Yeah, the Pokemon ever. I don't have a battery pack. Because the thing is, I know that it's like, I can't like pass it and such. But on the other hand, I also know that like, it might be more standard. And that sort of stuff, so it's probably not worth even getting there. There's still 3 food. And a treasure map. There's still a treasure map somewhere in the ES8, guys. You know, I thought I would have more food. Such stuff. Do you need the furnace in the house? Yeah. The wood fried pizza, guys. Preggo life. Preggo belly. I thought there would be more food around here, but there were still 3 pieces at least. I guess if I'm here anyway, I can like dig. Turnip is not it's not an apple. Look how many keys. Look how many keys I have. I'm not even gonna look because I know myself. I'm not gaslighting myself. 2 minutes later, because it's gonna look anyway. What was I looking for? What was I looking for? Oh yeah, I was doing the triggers. Each time apple. Apple. Hey, the boiler room. No, I don't care about the chapel. I don't care about it. This is way too late. It's a bulwark. Well, this is 13. 14, 14 times the square. Square of 14. Wait, that's a different symbol. That's a different symbol. Okay, hold up. This is a square, right? It's a diamond. It's a reverse. It's a reverse. Okay. A reverse to numbers. So this technically, you know, the middle one, this becomes 14, but since we have to reverse the numbers, it becomes 41. Minus 20 is 21, and the minus 1 is 20. Okay, this becomes 12. Reverse the number is 21, so this becomes 1. Reverse the numbers becomes 1. 1 times 20 is 1. Hey, the key card. I don't think it doesn't matter with security anymore. What security? Down there. But that's an interesting way to do math, like just reverse the numbers. But I never been told what those squares means anywhere. There was a letter delivered to the mail room, so... I didn't have a utility closet, no. I do have 1, 2, 3... I think 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yes, er waren 4, 2, 3, 4 mechanical rooms. Four mechanical rooms. I'm just on a full house again. Because I can. The morning star really helps so much. Look how many keys I got from like these random trunks. It makes 5 mechanical rooms. Broken lever. Battery pack. Shovel. Jackhammer. This would make 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, wait, that was 6. That would be 6. Let's see how many big houses I'm making. A high red room. Don't see how many keys I have. I have like 20. Well, I'm gonna draw more red rooms. So... And I don't think I'm gonna find like any more information or like apples. So... The generation should be offline. Let's start up this room. Which means more coins. What would this be? Like, what 3-star room is there left? Showroom is 2. Ivory dies. You know what I could try? I could try to draw the freezer. I'm not gonna try to draw the freezer. Lavatory. Oh. Do I? This is technically sheltering the lavatory. Do I do it? Or do I roll for like the furnace? I almost draw a full house again. You know what? I'm gonna night shield the lavatory. So it only gives items. I guess. Vault deposit box 233. That's expected. You know, yeah, that's the thing with the room. Like, not to hate on the lavatory, but like the lavatory is meant as a dead end that has nothing in it. I don't get to the vault. So in theory, yeah, I could have gone for like the freezer, see if it would freeze. Was it like the thing? If furnace is left within a few rings of the freezer, then the temperature will start rising and everything will melt, including your assets. If the temperature gets too high, refreezing will no longer be possible. Yeah, that will be a thing. So. But yeah. I love how this like episode turned in out not to like go on with the court of Aries. But the thing, do this. 2, 3, 3. A lot of money. An allowance token. No, this, another fan Aries. Daniel's gray. Huh. But this is green. Thing. This is not the one that has... God for sake. That is not the one that holds... That is not the one that holds the key or the inner sanctuary key, apparently. Because that was a thing still. An inner sanctuary key. I mean, I can still try... No, I can't go, like... I don't know if this counts if I draw it from, like, the weight room. You know what I should do now? Actually, try to open the file cabinet. The thing is, I know the freezer doesn't cost a germ. God damn it. Car keys. Well, the funny thing is, I have it on a full house. Oh, it's a big party. I haven't done this house before. Herb, the controls for the foundation elevator are located behind the foundation wall. This means the controls can only be accessed by another room adjacent to the foundation. Unclear if this is a security feature or flaw. Please advise. I do see a ladder there. Look at that. He's just taking a nap. How adorable. Ah. Okay, wait. This one that if you click on it, adjacent tiles change color. And I have to click on a white one. Okay, wait. I moved them in like 2 things. We remove this corner. We do this. Then we do that. Then put them in this corner. This. I don't think it matters. Yeah, I don't. As I said, I don't think it really matters if you like color the other tiles in or not, but there's some more J instructions. This is the red prince again. And the story that like we got like when we reached room 46. That is us. Is there like anything in this picture that I should be interested in? Not that I think. Like 87 coins. I did draw a full room again. You know what I'm still gonna do? Let me go to the house and get the archives key. Now that I have the archives. I don't have the laboratory. Neither do I. Nah. Do I really care about the archives key now? Let's at least inspect the ladder. Yeah, got it. Maybe it has a new thing. But like maybe it does a new ladder with like a new thing. Is this one the new? The instructors I'm going to continue to help you. If you have a small chat with a proper lawyer and assure me there's nothing embarrassing instruction that will preclude me from offering you models assisted. So I'm going to know. But the week before Sync died, something rather curious happened. If you lab assistants were called by Miss Barab, last minute, to remove several floor plans from Sinclair's drafting studio. Typically, often unused floor plans are kept there, and I've never heard of them being moved to another location. Nor would I presume to guess the reasons for such action. I'm not sure which floor plans were removed or where they were moved to. The safe one, which I was instructed to remove myself. I assume it is not moved again after I had it. Should be able to find it in an observatory, hidden with the lens compartment of the telescope terrain. If there was no reason behind the removal of this floor plan from the draft studio, hopefully this will serve as an elementary step forward, finding out why. It was not helpful at all. Oh, here's an orange, that's one fruit. What were the very first few rooms? I went this way. Then in here. This is fruit number 2. Then in here there was no fruit. There's no fruit in here. There's no fruit in here before I opened this. That's sad, there's no extra apple. Do I do another run? Yeah, let's do one more run, I think. Let's do one more run. The Preggo says so. Wait, I was still looking for this. Still one food and 4 coins in the treasure map. what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to grab the file archives key and see what's in one of those file archives. Now, like the thing is, now I've drawn the archives. If I would ever get the option to either choose this, to do this, and draw the archives, then I probably wouldn't do it, so. And now I'm reminded of it, so. Like, I assume it's the archives, because the archives is the only place I've seen file cabinets. And that sort of stuff. But 79 coins is a lot, and I wish I could bring it over to the next day. I wish. But no, I can't. But we made some progression this day, or like this video at least. Primarily to prelude to like the sigils, but hey, there's a major puzzle that is there for a reason. And such stuff, so. Okay, the question is on which one do I use it? Or do I need to like aim at like this thing? Is it not one of these? Which one is it then? Oh, I have a file cabinet key. This is the only place on like the estate that reminds me of a file cabinet. And such stuff, so if it's not this place then... Oh. I guess not. You know what I'm surprised about this day? That I drawn actually a full house. I'm legit surprised that I drawn a full house here. Oh, I'm legit surprised. I've taken 152 steps. Oh. I've like literally taken 152 steps. You know, I remember I said the video the most steps I ever had? I legit think this is the most steps I ever had. And all because of the master bedroom. Oh. Let's have one more run. I feel like it. Maybe it's a short day and that sort of stuff, but... At least we have some like more, you know, how do you say that? Some more allowance tokens, so... Sleeping Mask, 2 gems and 2 keys. I guess. It's a good start. It's a good start. It's a good start. I'm so surprised for tomorrow, like, the thing is, like, I'm gonna tell, like, about my Vtuber life for the first time to someone who doesn't know about it. Because that's the thing, I haven't been really keen on, like, telling, you know, about my content creation, but it is my passion because of like the fear of judgment. But I feel like if I want to be more confident in life, as I said in the last episode, you know, then I should do this. I didn't mean to press that. You know, then I should do this, or at least like she will be a good, you know, testing thing. It sounds so rough to say, you're my lab rabbit. But if she like you feel like, you know, Elise, you shouldn't tell this. You should back off of this. And I know, like, what I've told before, this is the limit. You know, not showing people. But... because I see the trash digging thing and I know already for now. I know for now that I won't be able to get a shovel anyway. But that sort of stuff. So yeah, I told her about my Vtuber about content creation, but I've never shown what I do. But I think for a confident step forward by saying, hey, this is who I am, this is my contact, this is my life, I think we'll be getting pretty far. And that sort of stuff. But we'll have to see about how it goes tomorrow. I'll make sure to talk about it next week, as Preggo does. Because it's a little bit excitement, but I think this is a good step forward. In who I am, what my gender is, and that sort of stuff. I do need to break a box. At least so, as long as I don't have a security key card, then I should be able to have this. Or I need this. I want the boiler room here. No. Okay, so we're going with an aquarium today. Well, that's the first sheltered. Here's shovel. Of course, now I do find a shovel in the fucking aquarium, eh? Now, and that's gonna rub me in my face that I chose, you know, not trash digging. It's gonna rub it in my face. Like, oh, hey, Elise, the one time you could have chose trash digging. The one time you could have. I was looking for that. There are 4 points to the left. So let's those security door comes. Let's go digging. Let's go drafting. That is the flower. This is the apple. That's the slice. Do I care about the commissionary here? You know what I also remembered? The cursed box that was in you know, the Blessing of the Monk room. And you need a hammer to open that. But I never got the hammer yet. It's gonna rub it in my face now that I didn't choose it, eh? Like, if I chosen, like, trash digging, I wouldn't have gotten a shovel. You know, I would have gotten, like, 20 security key doors. So... and I've been, like, ranting about it for, like, videos, but that's my luck. Your allowance has been increased. Now with this grade, it would have been a good idea to say, hey, go trash digging. Like I said, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is my luck. even a salt shaker value? Goh. Do I have shelter? Yeah, I have shelter. I'm primarily just drafting. To draft. And such stuff. So I get like security key doors to raise my allowance. Do I need the keys? Do I need the keys? Yes, I do need the keys. I just like hoping to get the max security key doors to increase my allowance the most. And yeah, maybe I should have gone trash digging for this like test round. But I still also don't listen for my neighbors in the garden at like 12:30 in the evening. But it can be me. I should go back down to get more gems. That was the vault. It was the vault. I still have 2 red rooms disables. No such. And now 3 with like... I don't have a convent room, right? No. I don't want either of them. I know I should get like... What is it? The code check so I can get the telescope, and by having the telescope I can, you know, do the planetarium thing, but nah. Do I care about the vault? I don't care about the chapel, I mean. Oh wait, I still have 2 more. So I still have 2 more. Well, steps are not a problem this run. Green apple? I've never seen the green apple. The observatory. You can be common. And now that you're a free one, you can be common. Because technically this is now a 4-way free door. You can stay your usual. So technically, it's a common way. Oeh, the treasure trove. Trove of the treasure. Okay, for our next one, we have another pink box. It's another pink flame box. It's a red note. The previous box in this room contained a true statement. That's false. Because it's not handwritten. It's not handwritten, so... So this indicates that there are realms that bear the white flag. And such stuff. Look how many money there's got in here. Oh, look how many money they got from that one. Gonna be able to pick this lock. Okay. I can't really do down much more anymore besides from like the foundation to the left. Oh yeah, I also have you. Don't be able to seem to pick this lock. Never mind. Oh. Wait, where am I going? Never mind, I forgot that this route was like... Wait, the throne room is also up. What is be able to do me the chest pulse again? Because like, with all honesty, I don't think I have like any use for the armory anymore. And such stuff. Like legit, I don't think I have use for the armory anymore. Yeah, the X is nice, but like, what do you want to X? You know? Like, what would I want to X at this rate? Like, there's not that high of a costume. Yeah, the vault maybe. A free vault is free 40 coins. Is it worth free 40 coins? Is it worth the free 40 coins? Now that I think about it, trash taking is also not that like great because trash taking requires you to trash taker. And don't I have a kennel? Oh, pretty sure it counts. Do I dare to freeze these 82 coins? I got a lot today. And this 82 coins for next day. But this will indicate no more things. Oh wait! I have to burn the torch, of course! I forgot! Oh, wait, hold on. I'm an upgrade disk. The network servers are finally out of the cold storage, or as less as many could fit in the surrounding walls of the grotto of the east drive. The last few days here have been very busy. Oh. But then Gat was able to take a short break from guarding to help Randolph install the network. It was after all the least he could do, since I was the one who suggested the final location. We decided we're going to store the two unused servers here in my holding freezer. This should serve as a readily accessible replacement should any of the primary consoles fail. Danny Revin. Didn't I have this name already? Didn't I have this any... Yeah, I've had his name. No. Oh, he wasn't in there. Rival. Day. Wasn't the one that was Dane? But that brings me by what's in here. Throw only in the event of my death. Oh, wait. What's this? Is that always an Aries? Simon, I wish for you to read the letter upon first arriving in Mount Holly, but I couldn't risk the contents of these pages falling into sympathetic hands. My personal freezer should prove quite a safe box, as all of the stuff I have for many years respecting my wishes that it remains shut and untempered. My favorite snacks are also stored here. But in addition to these delicious treats, it has also for the last 20 years stored many cryptic messages and ciphered notes. Hold on. I needed to sneeze. The manuscript coder is in fact a dubious freezer of postbox of child secrets. Have you heard of the Children of the Blackwater? I've heard the forthcoming your father has, been about the details surrounding your mother's final chapter, or the role he thinks I played in the end. I've always denied involvement to him to the detectives, to the Crown and now you as well, but I can honestly say I had nothing to do with her disappearance. And yes, I speak of the disappearance, not death, for I too cling to the hope that our fears are unfounded, and have occasionally from time to time caught fragments of information to bolster their belief. Fragments of information that have cost me plenty of our country in every sort of opportunities and blackmailers. Still, as I'm now dead, I don't want the knowledge to be buried on me, even if it means passing the burden of those fragments on to you. Even if the information may ride even heavier on your head than the crown involved. Unfortunately, the information is a little too precious to entrust entirely to the freezer, as I'm not too confident that the security of my snacks will extend beyond my life. I always found it best to use multiple baskets when it comes to incriminating acts. A lesson that I recently learned again when a member of my staff betrayed my confidence. I've placed 8 red envelopes in 8 more secure locations throughout the estate, left a hidden message for you among the art that hangs in every room in the house. Oh. The message is the key to unlocking the secrets, but you must be open in your interpretation, as the message itself harbors multiple double meanings and hidden entrants. One final word of guidance: the safe combinations you're seeking will not be found in writing in the estate. So I hope you've been wasting too much time plotting about random inconvenience numbers and dates. Only by deciphering the many meanings of the 44 character message can you hope to unlock its many mysteries. To each their own letters. Herbert J. Sinclair. Oh, this is for the saves. Oh. Oh. Now I know what people mean with the dates. If you know, there is a room, pictures in every room. And I have noticed that by some cases, like stairs and star, that there is one letter different. But I haven't been bothered by checking all of them. But I was always worried, curious about the dates, Or curious about the saves. Spawn. Freeze. And that sort of stuff. And apparently now I get it. I think this has to say that, the save codes are like the dates or something. But I guess. I don't have the sturdy, right? I do have the sturdy. I do have the throne. Rumpus is yeah, I do. I can do it. Dang. So that's interesting to hear. So the answer was in the freezer all along. Huh. Yeah. Huh. And as I stated, I think in general, the Banner of the King might be more powerful for me at this moment, because I can draft what I'm searching for than, than the Armory. Yeah, the Armory has, the Burning Torch, which is helpful. The axe, but what do you want to axe? Like the Vault? I think the power to choose what you draft is way more valuable. If you get me. And you don't have to do it directly. But you don't have to do it directly, but still. For example, now, if I think I might want to inspect the red rooms more, you know, to see for like, for example, the court of Aries or for the sigils, then I can do that. But I still like, by the way, now that I see, realize north, east, south on it. CEX is like... Is that not 900? No, 510. I don't know, whatever. So, for example, like, if I think it's a red room, so I can, like, you know, choose the banner of the king as a red. And go for the few red rooms. And if I don't find anything, the next day I draw more purple rooms. Or green rooms. But yeah, we'll have to see that for tomorrow. Or even shop rooms, if I want a shop room today. Like the armory. Then I can do that. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here so we can, like, there's not much I can do anymore. And that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's been a productful day. And that sort of stuff. And as I stated, we learned more about the sigils. And I think I need to more, you know, more, how do you call it? More lab experiments to get the less letters. And then it's puzzling, but there's still one thing that I think I have to learn. And that is more about each nation itself, but also about the inner rings. You know those lines that have like different ways to check? Yeah, for the one for Aries, Orenda Aries, you know, the country we're in. That one was like, that one was like the obvious, but the rest not. So I think, and besides that, we again drew a full house, which I'm surprised of, with like 150 steps. And now again, look at the house we did, my green room. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it here in short. If you don't know who I am, I'm Elise, your Preggo, Vtuber, Transgender on the internet, your Preggo gendered girl, and that sort of stuff. Your Vtuber with a big baby bump and that sort of stuff. If you like what you stated, I've been done blueprints for 30 episodes now, and I'm gonna go through until I get the battle box ending. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe, ring the notification back, and check back every Monday for a new blueprints episode and that sort of stuff. I primarily focus on point and give and horror content on my channel, so if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. But also do a lot of let's plays. If you want to stay up to date, ring the bell, subscribe, and like the video. That's the best way to support me. That's the best way to tell you that you're interested in more content from me, your Preggo girl, and that sort of stuff. But also, if you like other let's plays like Call of Duty Veteran Campaign Series, Call of Duty Zombies, Binding of Isaac, We Happy Few, Shadows Overloading, name it, I've done it probably. Then you can check out the Let's Play playlist on my channel down below. If you want to stay up to date better than YouTube, there's always a Discord in the link tree at the bottom of the video description. That link tree also hosts my Ko-fi and Patreon in case you want to join me, you know, support me a little bit more, besides subscribing and ring the notification bell. And with that, I'm going to say, have a wonderful night, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back again next week for a new Blueprints